Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. We're going to do one of my favorite segments, which is Epic Locals, because we really have some extraordinary people here in the Valley. And sticking around, Darwin McCutcheon, he's much more than a real estate agent. A lot of story behind this fellow. He's been in the Valley for more than 20 years. But you started off your professional life as a professional hockey player.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, let's take a step back, because a lot of times people who go into that high level of sport are really good at a lot of sports. So I'm wondering, did you play a lot of different sports as a kid? And if you did, how did you then settle on hockey?
Yeah, well, that's very observant. Yeah. No, I did. I played a lot of different sports. I was invited to a Blue Jays camp and a Montreal Expos camp. That's how old I am. That was back when they had a Montreal Expos. But yeah, but a lot of that had to do with the fact that I'm Canadian, and they didn't have. They were just trying to promote some Canadians. But no, you're right. Yeah, play a lot of different sports and have a lot of fun. But once you get into the discipline aspect of it, and it's fun playing sports, right?
One of the things I've also heard is that once you start going to different higher levels of sports, like from high school to college, from college to professional, it's as though it is been turned on fast forward, that the play becomes so much faster and so much more precise. Is that what you found?
Well, it is, but when you have a gift, like I always found, like I was playing in the minors. I had some knee injuries. I got called up to the NHL when I was 19, but even at the age of 19, I was happy with the fact that for me it was easier to play the game at the NHL than it was playing in junior and in the minors, because everyone knew what they were doing and everything just flowed really well. And when you have the mind to see the game, it goes real simple. So it's almost one of those funny things where sometimes we've all had those experiences when everything slows down and you can kind of see everything. Well, that's exactly what would happen with me. I remember scoring goals like in clutch, like double overtime and things like that, where I can just break it down step by step by step, and everything goes into slow motion. And sometimes that happens in real estate now. It's funny how back when I was playing hockey, I was all Canadian in college and all that kind of stuff. But when I went to my first camp with the Calgary Flames, I ended up beating up a couple really tough guys, and they're going, "Oh my God, you can do that?" And I said, "Well, I had a younger brother and an older brother." So, you kind of get used to that, but and you're comfortable fighting. But so I ended up taking on a little bit of a role like that, where they wanted me to do that. But still, when it comes down to it, you just got to love what you're doing. And you love what you're doing. I love what I'm doing now. And it's funny, I used to get people all worked up so they couldn't think about hockey. Now it's my job to keep everyone nice and comfortable and relaxed so they can make good decisions. So it's a complete paradigm shift.
And you've really passed on this as a family tradition, because your son is now playing hockey.
Yeah, well, he is. He's playing college hockey in Canada, and he went to a pro camp a couple of years ago and did really well. And he's playing college, so but he's doing it because he's doing it. One year when he was 5, he said he didn't want to play hockey. I said, "Okay." The coach called up and says, "What's going on? Why isn't your son playing?" I go, "Well, he doesn't want to play." And to me, that's fine. I mean, you got to let kids do what they do, but the reality is when the kids, I'm going to guess that any of your younger relatives, they're going to look at you and they're going to want to be on TV, right? They're going to want to emulate you. And that's precisely what occurred with my son. He just loves hockey, and when we go on vacation, we train, we eat right, and we go out and travel all over the world and just really enjoy ourselves.
And I think maybe living up here in the mountains probably helped that just a little bit.
Oh yeah, helped it a lot. What a wonderful place to be, and what a healthy environment. And yeah, he always loves coming back to Colorado.
Great talking with you, Darwin.
My pleasure.
Thanks for sticking around and telling us a little bit about your background and your past.
Thank you.
We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me. It's always a pleasure. I appreciate it.
Stay tuned. Coming up next, we've got your weather forecast.